Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, as always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Zack Partridge.
One of the voices.
Hey, man. Little delay, 40-minute delay. We're supposed to start at 1 o'clock. I decided to restart my computer and upgrade something on my computer. And yeah, 45 minutes later, here we go. Yeah.
Way to go, genius.
Yep.
Not the most tech savvy of the two.
No. Hey, fights were back this weekend.
Bro.
And I mean, it wasn't the greatest card in the world, but I'm not complaining.
You know why?
Because I was dead wrong on the freaking main event.
Because you've been slurping up your boy Giga for like a year, thinking he's the next coming of Jesus. And
I was wrong.
Turns out he's not that great.
No.
Well, no, I take that back. He's really good. I mean, he's really, really good. But he's not on that level yet.
He's got a little flaw. He doesn't like the pressure. He doesn't like somebody getting in his face.
Well, yes and no. I think he would have been fine, except that I think that little grappling in the first round, I think that drained his energy.
I think Kattar drained his energy pressing forward and just walking forward and stalking him.
Well,
he had no answer. I mean, I think you thought too. I thought Giga was going to be the better striker. I just thought.
So here's the thing. This is why I'm so mad. How many times have you been dead set on something and ended up being right? Oliveira,
I'm usually wrong. Yeah.
You know, and so the one time I go away from my gut and I don't take Kattar, and I let your freaking bald gray beard opinion sway me.
I'd be a millionaire if I was always right, Zach. And Vegas would hate me. So I had to just sprinkle a little. I'd rather be wrong this last weekend than this weekend coming up.
I'm so mad that I let you talk me into Giga over Kattar. Because I think Kattar, I think Kattar's super special. He's Charles Barkley, Stockton and Malone. He's that great. It's just that Max Holloway's the Michael Jordan of the featherweights, and he's just not beating that guy.
I got to get up to Kattar, man. He looked, for him to bounce back like that after losing the way he did to Holloway, and he looked phenomenal.
You know what, though? You know what's funny, too?
What?
That's two guys, Ortega and Kattar, that Max absolutely beat to a pulp, took a long break, and came back and looked phenomenal.
That speaks volumes to say their head. I freaking love it. I was wrong, man. I was dead wrong. What can I say?
Well, when they say there's levels to this, and I kept saying, and I will say this, that was not a total loss for Giga. I said, we know that Kattar is a dog, and he has that. We're going to see if Giga has it. He has it. That was just the first time he had to experience it.
I did caution before my pick. I did caution before my pick, though, on Friday. Yeah. I said I'm backing down from like all in to this is going to be a super close fight, and those elbows were just nasty.
Is there anybody better? Is there anybody better at utilizing elbows in the stand-up right now than Calvin Kattar?
That was brutal.
Is there anybody in the UFC that utilizes elbows better than Calvin Kattar?
Not right now that I can think of off the top of my head.
I mean, look at the way he knocked out Jeremy Stevens with that elbow.
What about yeah. Oh, I'm a little choppy. What's the matter with my internet? Is my internet not working?
Yes, Demetrius, we do. Is that update you just did? Is it me or is it you? Is it me or is it you? Oh, no. What a disaster.
What about now? Am I back now?
Go. Yeah.
Am I good? All right.
Is it
I don't know what happened.
It looks like it's you.
No, I think it's me. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong. Finally. See what happens? See what happens? See what happens when I restart my computer? I just mess everything up.
Just mess everything up.
It's bullshit. I think we're good now. There was another fight on here that I was super impressed with was Slava Claus and Dakota Bush.
Poor Dakota Bush. Poor Dakota Bush. Ooh. He got fed to the monster right there.
Yeah, he did. He didn't look.
But that was the one we were like both like, this is at -180. That was my lock of the night.
That body shot was brutal. That liver shot was just nasty.
It was like Cole Faust and me. It was bad.
Who else was on there? Was super impressive.
Court McGee.
Don't know if I agree with Court McGee. I mean, pressure. You talk about pressure. Wow.
I'm telling, dude. Hey, Garrett Kerman, if you're listening, don't bet against Court McGee, dog. Don't do it. He's getting better.
Man. He is getting better.
He hasn't had back-to-back wins in the UFC since 2013, and he just dominated his last 6 rounds. Dominated.
That was impressive. Yeah. There was
zero dominated answer. A guy who was supposed to out-grapple him. And you know what? I'll say this too. Shout out Shane Stoneman. That's the best striking I've seen out of Court.
Yeah.
Hands look good.
Mean, Father Time hasn't come knocking on his door yet. Has not come knocking on his door. We didn't miss other than the main event. And what other one did I miss? We missed the Jamie Pickett. We were wrong on the Jamie Pickett, Joseph Holmes.
Yeah. Okay. And then I have to backtrack on something.
Yeah.
Jake Collier does not suck.
Jake Collier doesn't suck. Why? Because he beat Chase Sherman?
Chase Sherman sure does, but Jake Collier doesn't.
I think they both suck.
So you know what I think? He's done a couple fights at heavyweight now. I think that Jake Collier's done a couple fights at heavyweight. He's comfortable at that weight now. And he's bigger, and he's moving a lot better. And he's kind of figured out how to fight as a heavyweight, not as a 185 or 205 anymore. The fact that he used to fight at 185 and now is like 264 and a half is pretty ridiculous. But he's really athletic and light on his feet for that size too.
I mean,
he's never going to be a top guy.
No. But
I'm sorry, Chase Sherman.
He done. Yeah, time for him to go night-night. Or go bye-bye.
That was bad.
What about, did you agree with Brandon Royval and
thought he lost that fight. Thought he lost that fight.
I did too. Even my mom who doesn't even fight, what? She's like, that doesn't seem right. Like, I'm gonna have to go rewatch it, but just from my first time going through watching it, I didn't think he won that fight. I mean, I'm not complaining because we picked him.
Yeah, I mean, I actually didn't put anything on it, but yeah, I didn't feel like I was cheering for him, and I didn't believe he won that fight. But hey, what he always does, he attacks off his back, right? And yes. I think some of those rounds spending it on the bottom, but he was being so offensive off of his back, I think probably won him around. And I don't think it was a robbery because of that, but not how I judged it. But I'm not a judge, so my opinion doesn't matter.
What else do we have on there? We had TJ Brown beating Charles Rosa on 3 days' notice. I mean, yeah, Brian Keller, Kevin Kroom, another short notice.
I like Keller.
Other than that, wasn't really much that stood out to me. Chikagian and Jennifer Maia. I don't even think I watched that one. What do we got? Fight news. What fight news we got? Amanda Nunes leaving ATT. What do you think about that?
It sounds like she knows she's on a crash course for Kayla Harrison. I would expect Kayla Harrison to sign with the UFC within the next week.
Do you think they'll do that?
I do.
Do you think that's next?
Well, think about it. You could probably, if Amanda Nunes really wants to keep fighting, which some people question her hunger in fighting, but sometimes a loss reignites the hunger.
We'll find out. Yeah.
I don't think she beats Pena though. I really
Pena
don't.
Beats her in the rematch. You think Pena wins?
I think that the mental edge that Amanda Nunes has always had over somebody is that when she cracked them, they faded.
Yeah.
And Pena didn't. And I'm sorry, I don't think Amanda Nunes is all of a sudden going to learn how to punch even harder. I don't think Amanda Nunes's power is too much for Pena to handle.
Yeah. It'll be
for whatever
interesting to
reason.
see. It'll be interesting to see how things play. It'll be interesting to see how things play out.
But you can build. So here's the thing: Cyborg left, right, at 145.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's the thing: if Kayla beats Amanda, which I believe she does, I am all over Kayla Harrison to beat Amanda Nunes at 145 if they meet. If Kayla beats her, Amanda might just leave too and be done.
Yeah, she could.
But if Amanda wins, then you can start actually building the division around a real rivalry, kind of like the UFC did around Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate.
Yeah. Speaking of Miesha Tate, you see she's dropping to 125?
Don't like it.
Yeah.
She's chasing a belt. She wants to win a belt back, and she's chasing that. But guess what? Valentina's not the answer there. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
That's going to end so bad. That's going to end so bad. I like the fight with her and Lauren Murphy. I think she beats Lauren Murphy, though.
I think she'll win that fight. Yeah.
I think she can get to the title fight easier at 125. But she's not beating Valentina.
Do you like her chances better at 125 or 135?
135. I know she just lost the fight, but to actually win the belt, I'm sorry, I just don't believe anybody's beating Valentina anytime soon at 125 pounds. That's as far as locks in MMA go, nothing's a lock. That's as close to a lock as you get as Valentina.
Not as close as you're going to get. Well, this weekend, UFC pay-per-view, baby. It's finally here.
What'd you think about Dana? What'd you think about Dana talking about how the UFC doesn't have any control of the pay-per-view prices? It's all ESPN.
Do they really, though?
Yeah.
I mean, it's through ESPN Plus.
The UFC signed over all their distribution rights to ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Right. I mean, I think he's got a point.
Have you looked at the contract, by the way?
No.
So the UFC gets paid $500,000 flat, and then X percentage of pay-per-view money after a certain amount of buys.
Interesting.
Right? So if a card kills it, then the UFC gets paid way more. But if it doesn't, they get their $500K flat per pay-per-view. Okay?
How do you yeah.
So that's where I believe ESPN does control the pricing. But if the UFC might have shot themselves in the foot, because if it gets too expensive to be a fan of MMA and watch the pay-per-views, it'll turn into boxing, and less people will get interested into it, or at least watch it.
I don't think they're there yet, though. I mean, I know people are complaining about it, but
they're not there. They're just going to legally stream it. They're just going to legally stream it.
You're going to drop $80 for a stupid Triller card, like with a circus card.
But you know what? But everybody streamed those too.
It's true.
I mean, their pay-per-view buys sucked.
Yeah. How do you think the pay-per-views are going to be this weekend? I don't think they're going to be that great.
So really interesting. I think we had that conversation about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I made the post. Francis wants big boy money, does no marketing.
None.
Right?
None.
Game, we haven't heard a word out of him. Like, besides like the little commercials and stuff, you don't even know those guys are fighting. They're not doing anything to promote their own fight.
It's a heavyweight championship fight. Like this
it's
card,
the heavyweight championship of the world. And what's everybody talking about? Colby and Jorge.
For us diehards, of course, we're going to watch it and we love it, but it just doesn't seem like this card has that big feel for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a must. I mean, obviously for us, it's a must watch, but it doesn't seem like a must watch.
It's not.
I mean, outside of the rest of the card, honestly, other than Brandon Moreno and Deiveson Figueiredo, that's the fight that I'm looking forward to the most on the whole card.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm a huge Brandon Moreno fan, but I don't think it ends any different. I think Brandon beats him inside 2 rounds again.
Yeah, I think so too.
Figueiredo does look really good though. He looks like he's in shape.
We'll see how he looks on the scales.
But I mean, Cody Stamann and Sayad Nurmagomedov is like the third to last fight.
Michael Pereira, Andre follow. I mean, I'm not like
Randolfo Vieira is fun to watch because he's ginormous. Trevin Giles,
Topuria, I really want to see him. The Topuria Charles Jourdain fight, even though Jourdain's coming up a weight class and taking this fight on short notice.
Kay Hansen, kind of a must win for her.
Is it? She's only lost 1. She's 1-1.
Do you really want to be 7-5 in the UFC though?
No. She's 1-1. She's only 22 years old.
She needs a win.
Yeah.
Vanessa Demopoulos hasn't been very good.
She's another one that hasn't been very good. She will probably end up winning this one, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I think she beats Juarez.
We'll see.
Dude, didn't sound too confident.
No. Dude, I actually Topuria and Charles Jourdain is probably one of my top 5 fights that I'm most looking forward to because I love watching Topuria, and they're like,
yeah, but Jourdain's moving up a weight class and it's short notice.
Okay.
I don't like. I mean, there's a reason Topuria is
I'm saying, like,
minus 530 freaking favorite.
But fighters that I'm like looking forward to. Topuria is right up there.
Topuria, he's on the top. Yeah, he's up there. Well, this has got to be pretty quick because we got to stream. We got to get over to our fight spotlight with Isabel
Check your text messages. Check your text messages.
What'd I do? What happened here?
I texted you. We got 15 minutes.
Okay.
We got 15.
Oh, so we got.
You got 15 minutes to figure out your connection.
Is it still messed up? Does it still seem choppy on your end?
Yeah, it's not.
I wonder if I should back. I wonder if I should back out and come back in.
Well, we will.
For Israel Gonzalez, and then we got Lecco right after him.
Maybe we can get those two talking smack on each other. I doubt it.
I don't think either one of those guys seem like smack talkers.
I like it. I think they're both coming for war. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
But yeah, dude. So I've been really into this Jorge Masvidal Colby Covington fight.
Okay.
And I listened to Chael Sonnen bring something up. So they trained together for a long time. And I don't think most people realized how close they were. Like Chael said, the first time I saw Colby at the UFC event, it's because he was cornering Jorge Masvidal. They used to corner each other.
Yeah.
Here's some things that MMA math, which I know doesn't always work, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's given Usman harder fights than Colby, right?
True. Yep.
And Usman blinked Jorge.
Yes, he did.
So that right there should say Colby runs through him. But Colby, Chael brought up a good point. When you're in the training room training, when you're wrestling, which is Colby's specialty, you can wrestle at 100%. You could really wrestle against somebody and do it without hurting them, but still wrestle 100% and put it on them.
Yeah.
But when you're sparring, you don't spar at 100% unless you're Sean Strickland.
True. Yeah, unless you're Sean Strickland.
And it's like, maybe, he goes, I would imagine Jorge got the better of the striking exchanges, but Colby got the better of the wrestling. But the flip side is Jorge goes, I never turned it up to 100% on Colby in sparring sessions on the feet.
Yeah.
Okay. And another one too. Remember they announced Leon Edwards versus Usman. That's the next one, right?
Okay. Yep.
And this circle. Leon Edwards didn't exactly mop Nate Diaz, right? I mean, he controlled the fight. He outpointed him. He won, right?
Yeah.
He also got wobbled in the 5th round, but he won, right?
He won. Yeah.
Jorge obliterated Nate Diaz.
Yeah, Jorge made Nate. Yeah. So where are you going with this? You think MMA math is equaling?
I'm saying it's getting messy. It's getting messy. I think too many people are counting Jorge out for that fight. Jorge might be better. Like, I mean, I get that he is Usman's the man, right? Right? Pound for pound best.
Yes.
Right? We both agree on that?
Yep, we both agree on that.
If you're going, maybe Jorge's not that good because he's lost, 7 straight rounds and got knocked out for the first time ever like that for the pound for pound best. And so you're just writing him off against Colby. I think it's going to be a closer fight than most.
Here's the only thing that worries me about Jorge. And Jorge has kind of always been the journeyman, right? Like nobody expected him to win. He gets some knockouts, finishes some people. He's kind of the journeyman, right? It's tough. Then he starts getting a little bit of stardom, right? He fights for the belt twice. He's still kind of living that highlight. He's got a fight promotion now. Does he have too much going on? Does he get?
It's funny. I listened to a podcast of his right after they announced the Jorge Leon fight that he eventually had to pull out of.
Yeah.
And I listened to it, and it was with Dan Lambert and somebody else at ATT. And they talked about it, and they said, people talk about Jorge and like money changes people or whatever. Dude, Jorge's just a different breed.
I agree.
Like I don't think he has too much else going on. I'll bet you his promotion. I'll bet you the extent of his promotion is somebody else is running it. And if they want a big name to fight on it, they tell Jorge, hey, can you reach out to this guy and ask him to come fight for your card?
Yeah.
Like, do you really think he's that hands-on with that promotion? I don't.
No, I don't think so. No, he's probably the money behind it.
He's the money, and it's called Game Bread FC.
Yeah, that's probably it. But
if they need somebody like, hey, we need this guy for this card, he's not getting back to us. Jorge's like, cool, hey, come fight for me. And they go, oh, cool, Jorge Masvidal, yeah, I'll come fight for you.
I mean, part of me wants to see him sleep Colby and just shut him up, but I'm not seeing it right now.
Like, I think Jorge. I still believe this. I think if you put Jorge and Usman in a boxing match, I think Jorge's a better boxer.
You think so?
I think Usman just hits way harder. Like, I just think Usman's a freak.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? See, Colby's not going to be able to, even if Colby touches him, it's not going to be like Usman touching him.
No.
There is that power difference there.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the other thing is Colby and Jorge are 155ers. Colby doesn't cut weight to make 170.
Oh, he doesn't? I thought he was a little bit bigger.
No, Colby. Dude, Colby's a 155er. In all reality. Just go look at his body.
He's only 5'11". Yeah. Like I guess he's not a big 170er.
No. They say he walks around 176 to 178. He doesn't really even have to cut weight. Probably just does a little mini water cut the day of weigh-ins. That's it.
Masvidal actually has a 2-inch reach advantage against him.
Yeah. Dustin Poirier is significantly bigger than Colby Covington.
Yeah, man. It's interesting. It's a very interesting fight, and the buildup is going to be just insane.
And I really don't think Colby will have the ability to hold Jorge down, like wrestle him and just hold him down and control him like Usman could in the first match either. I think Jorge is going to make him fight him in space. Colby's a favorite for a reason. I'm kind of thinking people are sleeping on him a little too much, though.
what do we got till March? So we got a month and a half.
March 5th. You figured out.
March 5th. Oh man.
But that, I mean, it's like.
Did you see the tweet that I sent you? Which I don't know. I haven't looked at the validity of it to see if it's true or not with Jake Paul signing with PFL.
No.
I saw it. It must be a fake tweet because they say that he's going to sign. They say rumor is he's going to sign with PFL and he's going to fight CM Punk.
If the PFL does this, they are going to become the laughing stock of MMA.
I think so too.
Because you ready for this? What if CM Punk catches him in like a guillotine or something? Dude, CM Punk's at AEW. He's not even like training MMA, is he?
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think there was any. I don't think there was any validity to the post.
Where's the April Fools? Jake Paul signed with PFL.
He says that he has some big news coming up. I didn't realize that kid's only 25 years old. That's crazy. That is crazy,
dude.
I want to see him start his own fight. I want to see him start his own fight promotion. Start it. I
like it when Dana says that. He's like, you don't like how much I pay my fighters? We're running a business and we have to make it profitable. 1 and 2, we're building the entire sport. You don't like how we're doing it? You go pay them. Start your own promotion. You pay them.
I want to see these guys, all these guys that are complaining about it. It's like, start your own, pay them.
Yeah, go pay him 30. Go pay a Francis Ngannou, who should be a superstar that does almost no media. Go pay him $30 million.
Yeah, I still can't get over why this card isn't getting as much buzz as it is. Like
because
this card should be
because for a two title fight. One, it's bad storyline. You have 2 foreign non-American guys fighting for the world heavyweight title that don't speak to the media and don't do a lot of pub. I think Gane and Ngannou could both be giant superstars if they engage.
They could take over the sport, like both of them.
I mean, they both look great. Gaines is as skilled of a heavyweight as we've ever seen.
Did you see Izzy say if Francis loses the belt, he wants to go up? Stop it.
Dude, you couldn't handle 205. You're not going to get.
Stop it.
What happens when Gane takes you down? What are you going to do?
No.
I would like to see him and Gane kickbox.
And I'm like, wait, how is he going to take it back to Africa? Doesn't he live in New Zealand?
Yeah, right. I would like to see Izzy and Gane kickbox. That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, yeah.
But no, you have that, and then your other title fight. I think a lot of people are going, why? The first one was a draw, right?
Yeah.
And then the second one,
really wasn't close.
Finished him.
Yeah.
Dominated him. Like, didn't show me anything that said Figgy's on his level. Right? And so I'm sitting there going, I'm like, in my eyes, I think Pantoja should be pissed that he's not fighting Moreno for the belt. Do you disagree?
No, I don't. I think he should be.
Like when you have somebody fighting for a belt and there's not really a great argument of why they're fighting for the belt.
Yeah.
Like what did Figueiredo do? He wasn't. It's not like he was on a Demetrius Johnson type run and defended the title, 7, 8, 9 times and then lost, and then you know what I mean? Like that was like his first title defense was a draw against Moreno, and then he lost it. Why is he getting an immediate rematch?
Yeah, I don't know, especially when you have Askarov, Pantoja. I mean, you got guys in there that could have taken that fight.
Pantoja holds 2 wins over Moreno.
I know.
That's the fight to make.
Who's he fighting next? Is he fighting is it him and Car France, or is Car France and Askarov?
Oscar.
Yeah. That's him and France, right?
Yep.
That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good
fight. But you know what I mean? So I just think that's a hard sell to the fans on this one. Like this isn't a card that is just like, oh, I'm just dying for this weekend to come. I'm really not.
It should be, though. That's the thing, is it should be.
It should be, but I'm not.
I know.
I'm more excited for January 29th.
January 29th, Fierce Fighting Championship. Dude, we're only 2 weeks away.
Oof.
We get to go do a little radio interview this afternoon.
Yeah. Come listen to us on U92.
U92, baby. All right. Should we jump in the other room and interview our boy, Israel Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll jump out and not restart my computer so I'm not lagging for 45
don't do that.
minutes.
Go to fiercefightingchampionship.com and buy your ticket. Support a fighter.
Boom. Right here. Fierce Fighting Championship. Click on the fighters or one of the affiliates at the bottom. And you can order the pay-per-view on there now, right, too, Zach? Correct?
Yep.
Order the pay-per-view. And you can get the pay-per-view. Boom. Holler at your boy. We'll see you guys here in just a second. We out.